Hey guys, David here. Welcome to Digital Outlook. In this video, we're going to take a look at Bitcoin's recent bounce, and I'm going to let you know where I think Bitcoin might be going next. But before we do, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, tell your friends and family so we can get this information out to as many people as possible, that would be fantastic. So guys, without further ado, why don't we get to it? Okay guys, so here we have Bitcoin on the weekly time frame on the Binance exchange. Now, if you guys watched my video last week, you'll remember that I was talking about how this big move in here was actually what is called an expanded flat correction or an irregular correction. Let me show you again so that we're all on the same page there. So what I saw happening, guys, is that we made our big one wave up here. There's our two right there, all the way up on our three, to our four, and to our 5. Now at this point, guys, what I was showing you is that we are in this expanded flat correction. And so we came down, we make our A wave, we go up and make a B wave that is actually higher than the previous 5 wave on the last impulse down to our C wave. So guys, why is that important? Well, that's important because if that's the case, then what we're actually in here, guys, is a massive 1 wave and 2 wave, and we are on our way up right now to this 3 wave, which is going to be phenomenal. Now guys, that's what I saw happening at that time. Now if you want to actually take a look at that and get it explained in more detail, just go back and revisit this video right in here where I go into deep explanation of what an irregular correction or expanded flat correction is and how it would work in a situation like this and why it's important to you and I, not just trading in Bitcoin, but in the altcoins. Because guys, as we know, when Bitcoin sneezes, altcoins get a cold. When Bitcoin makes a little bit of a move, the altcoins make even a bigger move. And so guys, when we're looking at Bitcoin, we are looking at a market mover. Bitcoin moves the market. That's just the way it is, and the altcoins follow. So guys, now what I would like to do is I'd like to zoom in on the daily time frame to look at the current price action on the day and then do some Fibonacci where we could see where we could be retracing to in the short term, and then I'll give you obviously my long-term projections. But before we do that, guys, just so we're on the same page as what we were last week, I just want to play a little clip from the last week's video so that we can continue to follow up from there. So let's just take a look over here, guys. All right. So guys, when we actually were trending in these ranges and we were coming down, you can kind of see that we were trading in ranges here, drop, trading in another range, drop, and then we're trading in this range. But guys, I don't think the next move is going to be one of these drops. I think the next move is going to be a reversal wave that's going to start booming us way back up. So guys, why was I saying that? Why did I think that we were going to see this big reversal wave that was going to boom us way back up? Well, one of the reasons why, guys, had to do with our support and resistance that we were coming in way back in here. And I drew this line in here and I said, just take a look at this, guys. And I dropped in this support and resistance. Let's just make that line just a little thicker there so we can all see. Okay, so I dropped this line in, and what I was pointing out is in this entire move, when we broke out of this range in here and we made this massive entire move, now that to me, guys, was the top. Way up there was the top, and this is just that expanded flat correction. Well, guys, where were we correcting to? We were correcting back to where we broke out, which is normally what you actually see in a corrective move. In an ABC, you're usually going back to change what was previous resistance to support, which is in fact what we did. And in that video, I basically said, hey, look, this is a very strong foundation of support for me. And I used the RSI for confluence at that time. Well, guys, let's just zoom in here here and take a look at what's actually going on the daily time frame, and pull in some fibs. And there's something else I want to show you here that I find is really amazing and gives me even more of a bullish sentiment towards where we're going, and that this here at 17.5 was our bottom. All right, guys, so here we have Bitcoin up on the daily time frame. But before we actually zoom in and take a look at the current price action and do our fibs, let's take a look at the entire price action from March of 2020 all the way through to current date, because there's some things I want to show you in here that I think you're going to be interested in. So guys, what I want to show you is this right here. So right in here, this is our big C-dump capitulation, which brought us right to the very bottom of the last bear market, and before we started making our move back up. So what I want to do, guys, is let's take our measurement tool and just measure the number of days that are actually involved in here from that period right there, about March of 12th, 2020, all the way through to about April 14th, 15th of 2021. Well, guys, right there we had 399 days. And now what I want to show you is this. Let's do the same thing from the very tip top that we're at right now, okay, and take it all the way to our capitulation back over here. Okay. Right there, guys, is 431 days. So we're literally just a month apart from the capitulation to the tip top, from the tip top back down to the capitulation. And what I want to show you here that I find quite interesting about that, by the way, that was a 72% drop from the very tip top to our current capitulation. And that is historically about the percentage drops that you're going to see with Bitcoin in prior cycles. But something else that I find very fascinating, guys, is this right here. Just take a look at the volume, guys, in this entire area here, and this is just crazy if you ask me. So what I see here, guys, in this entire move, in all this area here, look at the volume that happened, that came in right at the C-dump capitulation, and look, guys, at the volume that came in right at our current 17.5 capitulation. Almost exactly the same. It is staggering to me. And to me, I look at the time frame, almost equal time frame, just a month apart from the very last capitulation to the tip top, from the tip top to the current capitulation, and the volume that was coming in exactly the same. Guys, for me, this is just another confluence of why I believe we have hit our bottom at 17.5. So now, guys, let's just take that off of there. And let's zoom in here and just take a look at our price action, drop in some fibs and that type of stuff. Let's move this entire thing over here, pull this down so we can see this nice and clear. Okay, and why don't we just take that volume right out of there? Okay, guys, so let's drop in our fibs right in here, and then we're going to put in our support and resistance, and I'll be able to show you where I think we're going to be going right quick here, right this in the near future. Okay. So we're going to drop our fib right there and just drop it right on that wick there. Let's drop in our support and resistance right in here. We can see, obviously, we got our support right in here in this area here, right around that 19,000 area right in there. And where's our resistance right now, guys? Well, our resistance is really right up and in here. And let's just drop this in here because we have just barely pierced it right up and in here, and it's right there around that 21,500 range. And from there, guys, where's the next one? Well, you can see we're right up and in here. And what's interesting is there's a very tight support and resistance right up and in here at the 22.8 range. But from there, guys, it's like all this air. You can see all this air right just above the 618 right in here. We're going to drop this one right in here, and then we're going to actually take a look at these. And then from there, guys, this was going to be our last area right in here until we and then we're going to see some major action up. This is just below that 786 right in there. Right in here. Okay. So guys, what I see happening here is this. obviously we're trading in this range right now, and we came through it. We found our support back down in here. We came up, we hit this area right in here as resistance. We came back, we found support, and we bounced up, and look at where we're hitting resistance again. So guys, what I think is going to happen here, I think we're actually going to come down, and we're probably going to roll back here, and we're going to come back to this bottom again. But guys, I think that this resistance line up here is getting weaker and weaker every time we hit it. And the next time we hit it, I think we're going to bounce through this area right in here, and we're going to come up, and we're probably going to cross over the area here at that 21.5, and then up from there, I think we're going to nail this 618. Now that's around the $27,000, $28,000 range. And guys, right in there, I think you're going to see a little bit of consolidation right up and in here. And then guys, we are going to pass through this 28,000, 29,000 range. And from there, guys, we are going to bounce way up here, right into around that 40,000 range. I'm going to just drop it in right here so you can see the exact area that I'm talking about. And it's just right, just a little shy of this 1618, right up and in here. And guys, just take a look in here. So here you had support. Here you had support. Right in here, you fell through it. It came in as resistance. Here you had resistance. Here you had resistance. Guys, this area right in here is going to be a big source of resistance. But literally, when you get above 28.5, then guys, you are going to see a big move. Nothing but air all the way up here to around that $40,000 mark. Now, for me, guys, I think this is going to happen probably within the next 3 to 4 weeks, if not maybe 5 or 6. But I think it's going to happen sooner than what many of us think. In fact, I'm thinking that August and September are going to be huge months for Bitcoin moves. And guys, we are going to climb these stairs. And my ultimate targets right now are, we are going to pierce above the $100,000 mark probably by the end of the year. That's what I'm thinking. Now, guys, if you disagree, and you don't see what I'm seeing here, then hey, put that down in the comments. Explain your rationale, why you don't think that's going to happen. Because I'll tell you what, the big majority narrative that's out there right now is, oh, it's going lower, we're going to drop, we're going to hit 13K, on and on and on. Guys, I don't see that in the charts. I don't believe that's going to happen. I think there is lots of reasons why 17.5 was our support. And like I said last week, I saw us bouncing off this area here, and that was going to be the beginning of our reversal wave on our way back up. And I think that that's what we're seeing right now. And over this weekend, guys, I think we're going to do a bit of a retrace. And if we don't, well, that's all the better, but I believe we will. But we're going to be retracing to see those numbers as support and bouncing off of those and making higher climbs. And that's what I'm expecting to see. So guys, I really appreciate you. I appreciate the comments that you make. And if you see something that's totally opposite, put that down in there and let's have a discussion. But guys, this is what I see going forward. I hope you enjoyed it. So guys, as always, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice, but if you found value in it, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. So, in the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.